what we will learn today is the shared parameters. Okay, so once we set up the coordinates, then we go back to our these views creations for different uses. Then we have to organize these views, then we have to create the sheets, then we have to place our views on the sheets. Then we have to create the parameters what we require in our project for different uses. Okay, so suppose if you already have the EIR, okay, so employer information requirements or exchange information requirements. Okay, so in that document it's already mentioned that what are the informations they need from your side at the time of the handover. So if those informations the parameters you already know, then you can create at the primary stage itself. If you don't know or you don't have still the documents, then what you can do is the same process you can follow at the end of the project while you are doing the handover of the project. Okay, but either of the cases you have to create the parameters, and mostly we use the shared parameters. Okay, you can use the project parameter also and you can use the shared parameter also. So we'll see the both how to create and how to use, but here in our case we will use the shared parameter mainly, because that we can use for the multiple purposes, and it's more efficient and easy to manage, and we can replicate it to for the different projects. Okay, other than that, some companies they ask the Kobe parameters to be filled. Okay, so for Kobe I'll take a completely standalone session for that, because that is a little bit more vast field. So first you have to understand what is the Kobe and why do we need that, and then we will see that how we can implement that Kobe parameters in Revit, and how we can fill the data and extract the Excel sheets, which we call as a Kobe deliverables. Okay, so there are two things. One is O&M manuals. From there we extract the O&M manuals. When I'm saying it means operations and maintenance manuals. So that is required by most of the clients for operations and maintenance purposes of their building. So they give their parameters. These are the parameters I need it in my model when you are going to hand over. Or they can give you they can ask you follow the Kobe parameter, which is widely accepted, and it's like a standard set of parameters which you need to fill, and you give it back to them, and their software can accept the Kobe parameters. Some of the softwares they are not designed for Kobe, so they ask their manual parameters to be filled and given to them. Okay, so either of the ways, both places we utilize the same parameters only, but in the Kobe we create the parameters automatically, and the names and all the systems are already well defined. Okay, so all we have to use are add-ins, and through that we can create all the different parameters what they need. Okay, but that is automatic way to create. Here we learn manual way to create. Okay, so for example, suppose you are provided by 10 parameters to be created for the all maintainable assets. Maintainable assets means whatever assets which require the maintenance, periodic maintenance over and over again in the project. For example, you made the building and you given back to the employer. So now they have the FCUs, AHUs, electrical panels or generators or equipments, different kind of items are there in the buildings which need a regular maintenance. Okay, or replacements of the components of that particular product or element. So for that purpose what we do is they require some parameters to be filled while it will help them while they are going to maintain that. Okay, so that's why they need it. And now how to create it, that we'll see. So in Revit how we use it, we use through we create the shared parameter and we fill the data in that one, and then we can use it from there. Okay, so now we'll see that how we create it. Okay, so we have to go to the manage, and from there we have to create the shared parameter. Okay, not project parameter, shared parameter. So project parameters for we can create directly from here, create new, and then for whatever items we need, most of you already know that how it works. So what we have to give, we have to give the names, what are the disciplines it falls into, what kind of parameter that is. Okay, and then in which group you want to put in the property browser, and then instance or type. Type means it will be applicable for the all items of that particular type, family type. The another instance is it will work for each individual item. So you have to fill the data to the individual item of the particular type of the family. Okay, So that's a type and instance. Then you can apply here to which item you want to apply. Okay, so that's how it works. Now set parameter is a bit different. Okay, so in the set parameter we have to create a text file. In that text file we can write all the set parameters what we need, and then we have to bring that parameters here in our project. And then if you are using the same parameter in the other projects, you can copy from the same text file. Or if you are using in the families, for example, so in the families you are putting that parameter and you want to bring in the project, then in that case project parameter will not work. Okay, so in that case you have to use the set parameter. Okay, so now it will give you a lot of confusion unless we do the practical. So for example, I'll give you one practical, and then from there we will learn that how and why to create a set parameter. So for example, I created a title block. In this title block, let's say I want a parameter, something called revision number here, and that revision number should be manual. We can put it manually, so for that I will go and I will create a parameter here. So in place of scale, I will remove this scale for showing purpose only. I'm creating it. So what I will create, I'll create a text first here, and I will call it revision number. Okay, so let's say revision number, and let me make it smaller. So revision number, right? And then after that I can create a label here which is parameter. Okay, in this revision I don't want to use anything default. I want to use my particular parameters, okay, to utilize in the project. Okay, so these are all automatic inbuilt parameters of Revit, but we don't want to use that one. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a new parameter. Okay, so as quick as you will do the new sorry so excuse me. So here when you are creating, see it's asking to use the shared parameter. It's giving error message. Okay, so it's saying that you have not specified a share parameter file. Do you want to choose one now? So you click yes. Why it is asking? Because you don't have the text file still, so what I will do, I will go and create. Okay, so here I will name the parameter file. Okay, so I will call it shared parameter, and better you give your project name. So let's say project 1, and I will save it. So now this is the text file where we will save all our parameters, and then we can use the same file for importing the same parameters in the other projects also. Okay, or in the families wherever you need. So what I did, I created a text file, and then after creating the text file you have to create a group. Group means in which category you want to create that particular parameter. So here you cannot create a parameter directly in a new parameter without choosing a group. So first we will choose a group. So for example, this particular parameter I will use for the title block. Okay, so this is related to title block, so I will choose a group called title block. Inside I will create a new parameter called revision number. Okay, and then discipline will be common, and type of data will be text. Okay, so now I put it like this, and then I added this here, and this particular parameter I want it to display here. Okay, so you see this. So let's say I'll put it smaller one. So I want this particular also, let me give it sample. So let's say R00. Okay, so it will come here. Okay, so this is just a text which is representing that what this item is, and now here we are saying that this is the parameter which should come automatically in our project by, like, the input will be manual, but it should show automatically, and we can even create in the schedules and also. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm creating a new parameter which was not there in default in Revit families. So same you can do for other families. Here I'm showing you one title block use case. Okay, so I created and I placed here, and now I'll load into the project. Okay, So after loading, you will see that one problem it will come here. It will show question mark, and it will not allow you to fill this parameter here. So you created the parameter, but still you are not able to give any entry in that parameter. Okay, so this is the most glitchy part of the shared parameter system. So why it is not working? Because the same shared parameter you have to add in your project also by utilizing this method, which I'm going to explain you. So what you have to do, whether it's a shared parameter or it's project parameter, both has to work in a way of project parameter only. Even if it's a shared, it has to work as a project parameter. So what we will do is, we already have a file with shared parameter list. Now we will add a project parameter by using the shared parameter. So here what we'll do, instead of going to shared parameter, I will not go to any say other options. I will go to project parameter, even if I have to create a project parameter. So what I'll do, sorry, I have to create a shared parameter, but I am choosing the option of project parameter. In the project parameter, I'll go to the new parameter, and here I will get the option called shared parameter. So instead of project, I will select here shared parameter, but the main option was project parameter, this one. Okay, now go here and select that particular parameter which you created in the text file. So you remember, same parameter we created in family as well, family, and here also we are getting. Even if it's a different project, then also you'll get the same number of or same name of the parameter. And you click OK, and where you want to apply, you want to apply on seats. So whatever category you created for, you can create. So for example, if you are creating it for mechanical equipments, here you have to select the mechanical equipments. So I created and I did it OK. Now I can fill this data directly by entering here R00. Okay, so it will come same. If you'll select the title block, sorry, here it will come. You should get the here that parameter also, it will come, and the entry also it will show here. So same you can revise from here also. Understood? So that's how we create the shared parameter. So for example, very genuine cases of use in our real project. So normally the consultants, they ask that give the references of the drawings for from IFC or the shop drawing. So for example, if you are creating a level 1 lighting layout shop drawing, then you have to give the reference from which drawing you have derived this drawing, shop drawing. So you have to give the reference drawing of IFC package or design drawing package, and the number of that drawing is something different. Okay, so the drawing number, the drawing title, and the revision number of that drawing, they ask you to fill here. And maybe it can be multiple also. So load schedule, there is another drawing number and the drawing title and revision numbers. So maybe for your one drawing, they can ask 4-5 drawing numbers here as a reference from which drawing you have derived this drawing. So for that purpose, we don't have any inbuilt parameter to be used in this project by Revit. So by Revit, they have not given any default reference drawing table or anything that we can create directly here. So in that case, what we can do, either we can use we can use text form. But the problem with the text form is, if you are using this title block, maybe the same title block you are using for the other services, and for the other services and other drawings, maybe this table can differ. So the reference drawings for that drawing is different than this drawing. So in that case, you need a manual input. Okay, so for manual input, what you will do, again same process you will follow, and you will go and create a reference number. For example, I will create and I'll show you. So what I'll do now, I'll go to the shared parameter, and then I already have revision number. I'll create a new parameter. Okay, the files are same whether you are creating in family or here, as long as you are choosing this file, the parameters are same. Okay, anywhere. So I'm just doing cancel. So enter the title block. I want to create a new called IFC ref number. Okay, so IFC drawing reference number. Okay, and then common, and this is also text. Okay, and let's say this is drawing 1, or I'll put it here 1, because we are going to have multiple parameters for the same items. For reference drawing reference number 1, drawing reference number 2, like that. So that's why I'm giving a number. So here we have given one common text. Okay, then this came. Now we need one more, which is called the revision number of the same. Okay, like this one. So I can create this one, number one, and here I can say that this is reference revision number. Okay, revision number one. Then same way we can give title. So reference number, title number, let's say. Okay, so like that we created. Now these all we created at a shared parameter, but still we cannot see here in our project. Okay, so what we can do, we have to add in the family, as well as we have to add in our project in form of project a parameter. Okay, so we created the shared parameter in shared file. Okay, again we have to do two more tasks. First we have to add in family if it's related to family, and also in our project. If it's only related to project, then we have to add only in project. Then it's a two step. So it's very clear. Okay, so don't be confused with the shared parameter. Shared parameter, how many steps we need to follow to create? First you need to create the parameter itself in the shared file, this file, text file. After that you have to add this parameter in our project to work as a parameter. So if you are creating only here, it will not work. It doesn't mean anything. It will not come in your project, and it will not show anything. It will not allow you to fill any information. So for example, now you see these all parameters we created, but here we cannot find any of the parameter displaying here in the properties browser. But when we are going to add these parameters via this project parameter, so you have to click the project parameter, create a new, and then go choose here shared parameter, and then select the item. So for example, this parameter we want to add, and this you have to do one by one. Okay, there are add-ins which can do once first time you do it manually for learning purpose, and maybe once you are good at creating it manually, and you have, let's say, 150 parameters for your projects to add. Okay, like this. So you already did one project, and now new project you need to add another 200 parameter, let's say. Okay, or 100 parameters for 5 files. So in that case we use the add-ins and dynamo to do it automatic way, but that is secondary. First you need to understand that how manually we create it. Okay, so I selected from here, then I'm going to sheets here, and I'm choosing, and then okay. So as quick as I'm doing that one, you see here this parameter is displaying here. Okay, now so let's say drawing number 1. Okay, drawing number 1. Now it's showing here, but here we are not, it's not showing anywhere. Why? Because we did not added the same parameter in the family. So we'll go in the family, and then we have to create the same way. Let's say this table I will remove, and here I will add a table like this. Okay, and here I'll put the drawing number and a revision number, let's say. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll go and I'll try to create the label. So wherever we are using the parameters, we are using the label. Wherever text, then text normal. Okay, so here in the list you see that parameter is not there which we want to use. Okay, so what we will do, we'll go to create new and select from the list same way how we added in the project, and we'll add here, and then once we are adding that one, then it will come to our list. After coming to the list, we can push it inside, and then we can put it okay here. So it came to here, then you can always adjust the type and size of this like this, whatever way you want. Okay, let's say like this. Okay, then you can load this inside the parameter. You see now we filled the data here, and it is displaying here. So shared parameter can be in both families as well as in the project, and also it can be used in the same parameters can be used for the other projects. If your you are working for us one single organization, and they have the consistent process, or one standard to follow for the all projects, then it's very easy to replicate in the other projects. Okay, if you make, so it's like one time task for you. But you are going to project, for example, you are working for a contractor, and the different consultants comes at the different project, then maybe the requirements are different, but you need to know the process. If you know the process, then you can do it. And this is the exact task of a BIM coordinator while doing the project setup. These all things you have to take care while you are starting the project itself, because when it's not done properly in the starting, then that's when it becomes mess at the later stages. Because suppose you distributed the file to the different parties and they created their parameters according to them, so now mismatch will be there and you cannot manage it at all. Okay, so for example, you have three subcontractor below you to deliver you complete model of different services. For example, let's say one is HVAC contractor is there, or MEP, another interior contractor, another, let's say, facade contractor, and you are the main contractor's BIM coordinator. Now, at the end, to client, you are the one responsible person who will deliver the data to the main, the client. Now, if they started by themselves, then this parameter they will create by themselves according to their name, their shared parameter file, their everything. Okay, all three will create their own files. In that case, you will not find the consistency. So everyone will get confused. Also, you will not get the data in the correct manner, in correct structure. So better is what? You create a file of shared parameters and you send this shared parameter file from here. For example, you go to manage and you go to the shared parameter, and sorry, not creating this file, it's already made here. You copy and share it to the complete stakeholders and ask them to use these parameters only to create any parameter what they require in the project browser, or for project users, for maintainable asset users, or for the title block or any project needs. Okay, so if it's already ready made by you, then everyone will follow your rules and regulations, naming conventions, and parameter set parameter file. So you will not have any inconsistency in the work or delivery. Okay, and that's when you will get a smooth delivery at the end. And if someone is there and they are not starting this in a correct manner, and you are going as a BIM coordinator later stages of the project, and unfortunately you have to deliver the project, that time you'll find it completely messed, and it's very difficult to handle, so it will become a frustrating task that time. So better to start at the starting stage of the project itself, which never happens. Most of the projects start in a very unorganized way, and they somehow start to move on, and the later stage of the project it gets stuck, or you don't you no one are able to utilize the correct way of BIM, and then that's when they keep call it, it's very time taking and the BIM is frustrating, it's not giving the actual, it's very tedious, like that. When you're not doing it correctly, of course it will give you a lot of headache, but if you do it correctly from start itself, it will make a lot of your work easier. Okay, so that's why it's important. So now we are learning how to create these parameters. These are very important in terms of delivery, in terms of uses in the project itself. Or even, for example, yesterday I explained you these parameters. For example, I created this review, WIP, and export. Even these parameters you can create in the shared parameters, and you can distribute across the complete parties, so they will use the same parameters. So you, when you will get their file and you want to review, you will get the same organization, same parameter name, so it will be not new for you. So easily you can navigate, you can find it, and if they are not following it, you can give the comment back to them that you please follow the correct process of BIM, so that everyone will have a correct data and correct structure, and no one will feel alien in that one complete process. Okay, so that's why it's important. Now you got the uses of the parameters, shared parameter, how to create it, and why it is important, right? These three things are clear, correct, everyone? So I recommend all the BIM coordinators, when you are setting up the projects, so what you do is, once you do this all items done correctly, then you give one PDF printout of all your seed setups. Okay, so for example, yesterday we learned that we are creating the seed and we are dragging the view on that one. So we are not dragging actually manually, but we are using the tools, roots or RUS4 tools, to do it correctly on the seed, place it on the correctly on the seeds. Now after that we will create all the required parameters. So I shown you one example, but maybe here 100 200 parameters will be there in your project, depending on the EIR. So if you go deep, which project parameters you need to create, then you have to follow the EIR or some BIM standards, for example ISO 19650 or your company standards, whatever is there. Okay, or some company they want a unique class or uniform data structures, COVID data structures. So it depends on your project need. So one by one, those topics also will cover in the future as a complete standalone session itself. But you need to understand if it is required. Of course, your client is going to follow either one of that data delivery formats. Okay, so someone can ask, I need the unique class system. Someone can ask, I need Kobe. Someone can ask, no, I need my personal parameters, like these are the parameters and you have to deliver it back to us. So you have to create the parameters and you have to do it. Now so once you create these parameters and everything is done, then you give the printout of your complete setup once with the setup of your backgrounds of the each drawing. So for example, you have 150 drawings for your projects for 3 services, let's say. Okay, so you are responsible to deliver the 3 services. Each service have 50 drawings and total you have 150 drawings. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to create the sheet and drag the views or create the views and just put on the sheet, and then put all the parameters required here and fill all the informations there, and then you uh, try to print that all in the PDF and CAD formats. Okay, so for that what we can do is, suppose yesterday we created 10 of 100 of seats. Okay, and then 100 may belongs to 3 different disciplines. So that disciplines also we can segregate. So now this sheet also we have to organize, and the process is very same. So if you don't know, then you just refer back the yesterday's video, you will know that. So we use the project browser. So instead of views, we will use the same setting for the sheets. Okay, and same way we can create the parameters here also. So our sheet will be in the correct format, for example here. Okay, so here you will get all the discipline drawings in a complete punch, like suppose here you have 150 seats of electrical, it will come as electrical. Under electrical, these all will come same way. Here it's coming plumbing. Under the plumbing, your others are coming, like the subdiscipline, then type of file. Same way you can have the seat also organized. Okay, so I'm not going to repeat it because the same task. If you find difficulty while doing, then you can ask me the question in the upcoming sessions, but try to do it by yourself. Okay, so organize all the sheets discipline wise, and then you can print these sheets for testing purpose. So first task, how do you know that your project setup is completed? There are two parts. One is checklist. Okay, so I will send you a checklist. Okay, have everyone used started working on Notion? I shared one video, so you have to refer the Notion video. Okay, and then I will share a checklist. You have to keep those all checklists ready on the Notion. So it will be the Notion is very good tool for you to keep all your data, structures, learnings, notes, everything in one place on internet, which can work on your mobile application, which can work on internet. Even this kind of the application is also there. You can use in browser, you can use on your mobile, and all data are same, so everywhere. So suppose you are going from one company to another company, your data, your structure, your checklist are already ready made available. So it's not that you have to go back and copy and you forget and you did not bring the data or structures. So in that case you will struggle to find. So what I recommend is, everything what you are learning, you just make a system of uh, on Notion. Okay, so this checklist I will share with you. What are the checklist you have to follow for the complete project setup? So unless otherwise all are ticked into green, don't consider that this model setup is completely done. Okay, unless otherwise that is done. So that checklist you have to follow first, then you have to give the printout of the complete drawing sets. Now we'll try to automate the printing of the sheet in an automatic way. Again, for that also you can go to the die routes, and then here first another add-ins is there, call it here I don't have, I guess. Let me see. No, it's not here. Okay, one more Revit add-ins is there, Revit. Okay, so you can go on Google and you just search it, Revit, and it will come like this. And so you see this. sorry, you go here, github place you go, and from here you can download the latest version.